coming from my home to yours. Today I'm just sitting here listening and taking in all the nice sounds. Have you ever really stopped, especially during this pandemic, and just thought and listened to the sounds around you? Just kind of close your eyes and kind of take in the sounds that all around you. And I do this often. I just kind of sit and I just take in the sounds. So if you haven't guessed, today we're going to talk about sound. And I know you guys are like, Miss Mayweather, I know what sound is. I can hear that sound. No, we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to talk about the physics behind sound. Come with me. We are going to be investigating the science behind sound. All right? There's going to be 3 objectives that we are going to investigate. First, we're going to define sound. Then we're going to describe how sound travels, and we're going to label the wave. And then last but not least, we are going to investigate how mammals use echolocation. Now, right now, students, I would like you to get your notebook because I want you to take down some notes. And there's 7 terms that you are going to email me at the end of this lesson. Now, here are our vocabulary words. First word is sound. That's 1. 2, mechanical wave. 3, crest. 4, trough. 5, wavelength. 6, amplitude. And the last one, echolocation. So please get those down, and you're going to define those and send it to me. And it should be relatively easy if you're going to listen up today, okay? If you listen up, it should be relatively easy. So first, what is sound? Well, sound is not just the act of hearing. Let's take a look at this diagram. It shows where the air molecules are vibrating back and forth, and it goes to the eardrum, where then the message is sent to the brain to interpret the sound. So sound is not just the act of hearing. Sound actually travels on waves, and it vibrates to our ear, and that's where we send the message to the brain. Okay? Now, sound and light both travels on waves. Do you know which one travels faster? Which one? Light or sound? I hope you guys said light. Please say light. Yes, it is light. That's why in a storm, you can see the lightning, then you hear the thunder, because it travels faster than sound. Now, like I said before, both travel with waves, but sound waves travels on a mechanical wave, and light waves travels on electromagnetic waves. Now, let me tell you one distinct difference between the two. Sound must have a medium. I mean, it has to have a material like a liquid or a solid for it to travel. Light does not. Light can actually just travel in a vacuum. So when you look up at the night sky, guys, believe it or not, there's no sound. We cannot hear sound out in space because there's very little matter for those air molecules to vibrate back and forth. So again, if you look at that diagram, you'll see the air molecules vibrating off a gas. So that's our medium, and it goes to the eardrum where the brain go ahead and take that message to make sense of the sound. Now let's take a look at this diagram. It's going to show us all the different parts of a mechanical wave, all right? So first, looking at the diagram, at the top you have the crest, okay? That's the peak of the wave. At the bottom you have the trough. That's the bottom of the wave. And then in the middle here, you have what we call the amplitude. That's the height of the wave. That actually controls the loudness of the sound. Then from crest to crest, we have what we call the wavelength. Now there's one other term I want to throw out there for you so you can add it to your notes. It's called frequency. That is how fast or slow the wave is actually moving. So it lets you know if it's a high pitch or a low pitch. If it's moving really fast, you know that is a high pitch. If it's moving kind of slow, then you know that's more of a low pitch. So let's review again. Looking at the parts of the wave, we got the crest, the trough, amplitude, wavelength, and I added one extra in there for you. The, what? What was it? The frequency. Yes, good job. All right. Now, the last thing we're going to investigate is called echolocation. All right, guys, let's look at these 3 photos. We have a bat, a dolphin, and me. What do all 3 of these photos have in common? Well, you probably guessed we're all 3 mammals. But something you probably did not guess is that we all 3 can use what we call echolocation. All right? Well, echolocation, first off, is the ability to use sound to locate objects. Now, bats use it, to locate their prey. And I don't know why people say blind as a bat, because actually bats can see very well. They can hear even better, but they can hear very well. We're going to focus on the dolphin, and we're going to show you how a dolphin, look at this diagram, there's 4 steps. First, the dolphin, he makes a sound, all right? Then second, the sound bounces back to the dolphin. Thirdly, the dolphin can tell the distance of that object depending how long it takes the sound to reach its ear. Then fourthly, the dolphin can determine the location of its prey, and he can even determine the size. Well, that's well and good, Ms. Maeweather, but how do you use echolocation? Well, let me show you a quick video. I can't use it, but this guy right here, Mr. Daniel, he is awesome. He used echolocation to actually ride his own bicycle. I wish I could do that. I really need that training. Take a look at this video.
We found other people possessing superhuman powers. Daniel Kish is like the superhero Daredevil, who's blind but uses heightened senses to fight crime. Daniel lost his sight as a child, but he can still ride a bike. Pedaling down a street, he somehow avoids cars. He can even sense when to turn corners, much like a bat that uses sonar to navigate. How does he do it? Daniel makes clicking sounds that act like a form of human sonar. He calls it echolocation. The sound bounces off objects.
I'm hearing the reflection of sound as it comes back.
Daniel showed me how he navigates the streets.
A passageway between buildings. And then we have stuff, basically, in the way, tall stuff, posts or something, right in the middle of the walkway.
When people say you have superhuman abilities, how do you respond?
I'm human. I haven't been bitten by a radioactive spider or anything.
I don't know what to say. He is just awesome. But I'm telling you right now, I cannot do that. But I'm going to train to do that. I will definitely try. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to start right now. Again, this is Miss Maeweather coming from my home to yours. Bye, guys.